What's up, beautiful people? It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video and it's titled, Do you identify as black? She seriously asks this. Interesting. Yo, I'm excited to check this one out to hear what I've got to say. Let's check it out.
Do you identify as black? No, it's a serious question because you might not identify. Can you please put the mic? Thank you.
Black. You don't need to
Yeah,
identify.
that social justice warrior literally just asked a black man, Alan West, if he identifies as being black. It's going to be a fun one today, guys. Hey guys, this is Isabella Moody from Resist the Mainstream. Make sure you give today's video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, share the video, do it all, and let's get right into reacting to the utter madness.
Do you identify as black? No, it's a serious question because you might not identify.
It's not.
Can you please put the mic? Thank you. Okay.
When I walked into the room,
I am not done with my question.
young lady.
I'm just asking you to listen to me.
And I'm about to answer your first question.
But I didn't finish my question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm black.
Less than 9% of the people in this room are black, and we're all not here for you. Do you think there are racial inequalities in America? And how do you feel about Trump increasing both economic inequality and discrimination for people of color and LGBTQ people? What about violence against marginalized people in the United States? Can you talk about that?
Well, the subject was about, national security and foreign policy. But I will tell you that I think in the minority community, in the black community, I think they're pretty happy that unemployment isn't at an all-time low in the United States of America for Hispanic.
By the way, guys, for some context, this is a throwback video from when Trump was still president. So as we know, Trump did amazing things for the unemployment rate among minority communities, specifically the African American community, as they call it.
Hispanic and black communities, and that's the truth. As a matter of fact, overall unemployment is an all-time low. So if you want to break the pay gap or racial inequality gap, the most important thing is my parents taught me, who were black, born and raised down south, was about equality of opportunity and not equality of outcomes. I would challenge you to read the book by a black man by the name of Booker T. Washington called Up From Slavery, okay?
That's funny, because W.E.B. Du Bois is much better at describing the racial inequalities in America that you...
Do you guys notice how utterly unhappy leftists are? I mean, look how unhappy she is. She is outraged.
Exactly.
The leftist mentality has literally driven this poor woman insane. Does she look sane? Does she look happy? Of course not. Because the left teaches people that you need to constantly live in anger, madness, because you're oppressed by the white man. And she's yelling at a fellow black person for the white man's fault and how he doesn't acknowledge racism in America. It's just funny. It's like, why would you want to be a leftist if you see all these leftists are constantly outraged, constantly pissed, constantly yelling, never happy?
Exactly.
What is so appealing about that? Nothing. I would prefer to be on the conservative side of things. We tend to be happy. We tend to be more attractive. It's just, it's cooler over here. It's better on the right side. And it's called the right side for a reason.
You are denying that happened now. And to say that, we are better and unemployment is down is dismissing the fact that a lot of LGBTQ people are in trouble right now because of your administration. And a lot of black
I'm not
people.
in administration. I'm just a guy.
I mean,
here.
you are supporting the administration, though, aren't you?
I'm not speaking for the administration.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
I'm just a private citizen. I'm just Joe Sixpack.
Okay, I have a second question. I'm sorry for my tone.
And she's back. She's back for more.
Previously, I was just frustrated.
That's okay. I have two daughters. They talk to me like that all.
Thank you. My question
But
is...
I cut them off with their allowance.
Well, you don't have that ability here.
I know.
My question is about national security, because I do feel like the KKK and white nationalists are threats to black individuals.
Girl, where is the KKK today? Literally, I mean, can anyone name a single KKK member? By the way, Democrats are part of the KKK, not Republicans. So why are you yelling at Republicans over Democrats fault in the past. I don't understand, but of course nothing that they do makes sense because they're liberals, okay? These people are not the brightest bunch, or these people are not the brightest bulbs of the bunch, of course. But seriously, what kind of threat does anyone know a single white supremacist? And no, we're not, you know how leftists, they'll call like anyone, like me, they'll call me a white supremacist. A legit white supremacist. Can anyone name a single name? Like, we can't even name a leader, because it's non-existent. And if these people do exist, they're not known. They're not in front of people. They don't have a national presence. Like, the only people that give so-called white supremacists a national presence are people on the left. Like, seriously. And they also call everyone a white supremacist these days, so it's like, it makes the term actually lose meaning. So good job, guys. Constantly good job to the left.
In the United
Exactly. Isabel is actually right, because if you notice the leftists, or you notice the left, they're always angry, unhappy, ready to attack. They feel like they're fighting with the world, they're fighting with people that they don't even know, and they feel like people are fighting them and nobody is actually fighting them. Exactly. If I was the one that was asked that exact question, do you identify as black? Hell, I'm black. I don't need to identify as black. I am black. What kind of question is that? Honestly, these people, sometimes I be like, what is going on? Why some questions are not even not even meaningful, and they don't want to talk about the truth or see the truth. They always feel like, oh, the world is up against them, the world is up against some particular people, and they want people to always be angry for nothing. It's alarming. It's crazy. Don't they get tired of being angry all the time? I understand that at a certain time in our lives we've live this type of lifestyle, being angry at the world and every other thing, but some later people grew and evolved and realized that there is no reason to just sit and be angry at the world for no reason. It's not making sense. But yeah, let's go on.
In the United States, there have been multiple shootings recently within the last 10 years, and there have been an increase of violence against Black people. And I wanted to know if you think that that's a national security issue and how you would address that.
Yeah, I think it's a national security issue right here in the south side of Chicago, where you have a combat zone going on, and Rahm Emanuel and everyone just seems to not care, or as well as in Baltimore or other places. And that's black on black crime. That's not KKK or whatever.
What about white?
Right. In the left, they always want to talk on the supposed white on black crime, but it's like nearly non-existent. If you look at the statistics, blacks kill other blacks way more. I should have the statistics memorized by this point. And the next time I will. I need to study up on my stats. But yeah, white on black crime, it's just not really a thing. Races tend to not kill other races. It tends to be within each other's races that violent attacks happen, violent crimes happen. So something to keep in mind. And honestly, which group of people are the most violent in America? The blacks. Sorry, these are the stats. It's not me talking. It's the statistics talking.
On black.
And yeah, the black on black crime is huge, is big. But again, people are sitting somewhere instigating this and making these people fight against each other. Rather than people coming together, they want divisiveness, so they need people they can control. So they make people angry. They push things to make them angry, to do every other thing or to do activities that will make them angry. Not to say that they can't take accountability for what they are doing or they don't know the left from the right, but it's easier when people are somewhere pushing this narrative or pushing this idea to them. Why is it that when they say black men or black people are violent? Absolutely true. Why are blacks violent? Because these leftists need people to always see reason to hate on the world, to always see reason to be violent because something somewhere is putting you down, or something somewhere is making you not succeed. Hate on your brother is somewhere. How dare your brother succeed and not give you the blueprints on how to succeed? All of that ideology. So they'll be like, okay, if something don't go your way or something don't work your way, then it's always someone else's fault, predominantly the white man, when in real sense sometimes it might be you. but they don't want you to look at those things. They don't want people to look at the black on black crime, because when people start looking at it, or people start talking about it, then there will come a solution. They don't want the solution. They need these people. They need people they can control. They need all of this to be like, oh, there's somebody somewhere. Of course, when they say it is the white man's fault, it is indeed the white man's fault. Who is the white man? The person, the leftist, the white liberal that is telling you as a black man that it is the white man's fault. Exactly. But really, it is nobody's fault but your fault, because nobody need to tell you to hate on your brother, to do something to your brother. You should know better. You should know what to do and what not to do, especially when it comes to your brother and humanity. But of course, it's pretty obvious the leftists don't want to see the truth. They don't want people to know the truth, so they are going to feed people to make them angry, make them violent, make them hate on their brother, or hate on somebody just because they don't like themselves. Let's go
on black crime. I'm sorry, but that's what I was asking.
She's getting mad again.
Well, then, have you ever heard of Margaret Sanger?
You can't just give one example.
Well, Margaret Sanger and the organization that she founded since 1973, almost 17 million unborn black babies have been murdered by that organization. I think that's something that we should really...
Now that's a genocide that we should be talking about, but of course, the left doesn't talk about abortion as a genocide. It actually celebrates abortion. Why does the left celebrate genocide? It's disgusting.
Be concerned about the fact that the United States government gives $568.7 million to an organization that was founded by a white supremacist, a racist, a person that spoke at Klan rallies, that referred to blacks as undesirables and weeds.
Now that's the connection a leftist doesn't want to hear, the connection between KKK members and Planned Parenthood, which is like their new idol of today. But of course, Democrats of today don't understand that their former Democrats were the KKK members. Interesting.
Join forces with you in a heartbeat to say that we need to cut off funding to an organization like that called Planned Parenthood. That 50, well, I don't think we give taxpayer money to the Ku Klux Klan.
It's a terrorist organization.
Well,
that has not been targeted by the FBI.
Well, yeah, they have. The FBI goes after white supremacist organizations, but then I would ask you, why is it that nobody goes after Antifa? I mean, I think Antifa is also a domestic terrorist organization. I mean, look at what they have done at certain colleges and universities to prevent.
Yeah, Antifa is actually violent, and unlike the modern day KKK, which I'm pretty sure doesn't exist. What about BLM? BLM, violent terrorist organization. They steal stuff. They were causing riots in the streets after George Floyd died. R.I.P. St. Floyd. R.I.P. St. Floyd, of course.
Prevent people from going out there and freely speaking. So let's call a ball and a strike a strike. And so there are many organizations out there that we need to be targeting. But I will tell you, first and foremost, we shouldn't give $568.7 million to an organization like that. And if you do some research, I think between 50 to 55% of Planned Parenthood clinics are in black communities. That's a travesty.
What's crazy about what Alan West just said is the fact that there's Planned Parenthood in 56% of Planned Parenthoods are in African American communities. Well, get this, African Americans only make up 13.6% of the American population. So the fact that there's the majority of Planned Parenthoods in black communities, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That Planned Parenthoods are literally genociding innocent babies. And in New York, more black babies are aborted than born. I mean, literally, how sad. How sad. Abortion, I think, is the most evil thing happening today. I always talk about it. It's, to me, like the #1 issue, because how can we even talk about any other issue when we're still allowing open murder of babies? I don't get why any other issue matters more than that one. It doesn't. And if you think otherwise, then you're a little crazy. But that's all we have time for today, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Interesting. You know, the problem with the leftists, they don't like hearing the truth. They know the truth, but they don't like hearing the truth. You ever hear the saying, the truth is bitter or the truth is hard? It's because there are some people that this is made for, that don't like hearing the truth, that don't ever think that people should ever say the truth because they believe in lies. It's better for them to stay in the lie and just live there than hearing the truth. That's why they are always controlled, they are always violent, they are always angry. Because I mean, when somebody starts telling, they're sharing the truth, then they bring up made up statistics that even them know that it is not true. They don't even believe, but then they need people to believe in these things to think that it is true when it is not. But of course, I sure know that sooner or later these leftists would wake up one day and realize that they've been sold a lie or they've been told a lie. And until then, people really need to start working together rather than divisiveness. Human history has come a long way to continuously remain in divisiveness. We need to work together, and we need to start now. Whether black, white, purple, pink, whatever your skin color is, or whatever you identify as, or whoever you are, or whatever race you are, we need to start working together. But let me know what you think about this. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love your honest contribution. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.